What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm back here at Bob Bo's Volkswagen in Bradenton, Florida with this brand new and redesigned 2025 Volkswagen Taos. We have some exciting changes as far as the look, powertrain technology, and a lot more. So today I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out together to see what's going on here. And then at the end, I'm going to take you for a test drive. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And now let's get back to this. Volkswagen Taos entered the market here in the United States back in 2020, and it is the smallest SUV that Volkswagen manufactures. Competes in the subcompact SUV segment, which is a very, very busy segment. Everybody wants a piece of it, and the list is very long. We have the Honda HR-V, Toyota Corolla Cross, Subaru Crosstrek, Mazda CX-30, Kia Seltos, Chevrolet Trax, Ford Bronco Sport, and I'm pretty sure I missed something as well. But nevertheless, it is a very busy segment, so the manufacturers have to put their best foot forward to show us what they're capable. It is, in many cases, it is the entry into the lineup, and once people like what they get, they start upgrading to the next model, the bigger, better. As their needs grow, their families grow maybe, and if they don't like it, they probably go for a different brand. So let's take a look at the design. So the front end has changed from 2024 model year. We have a completely different bumper. The bottom portion of it is really nice. I like the aggressiveness of it. You also have some side curtains on the side, and you have fully LED reflector lights, like the big Volkswagen logo right here. And if you like the color of this particular one, they call it the Cornflower blue. That really pops. And we have some major improvements underneath the hood. So it's still 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine, but now it produces 19 horsepower more at 184 pound-feet of torque, and it has made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, the conventional transmission, while in the previous generation we had the dual clutch transmission, which I know a lot of people didn't like. So I'm really excited to take it for a test drive at the end of this video to see how it compares. Let's see what else is going on. Underneath the hood, we don't have any sound insulation. That's what I would like to see. And also we have the ugly prop stick, but I guess that's the segment where most of the manufacturers kind of cutting costs a little bit to make it affordable, and we're talking pricing at the end as well. And as we take a corner and look at the side profile of this vehicle, you see that the design hasn't changed much. And this being a subcompact SUV, let's talk about the size of it. 176 inches is the length of it, 73 is the width, and 65 is the height of this vehicle. I actually like this cornflake blue color. It really pops. Now let's take a look and see what's going on as far as the wheel and tires. This is the SE trim level, somewhere in the middle of the lineup, and we have the 18-inch rim. 215 by 50 is the size of the tires. We have some matte black cladding that goes around the wheel wells as well as the bottom of this vehicle. And if you look at the rest of it, as far as the setup, there's no turn signals in the mirrors. Bottom of the windows is finished with some chrome trim, and the top with black. Now we have the ability to enter this vehicle by pushing the button on it without pushing any of the buttons on the remote, and that's only on the front doors. We have the low profiles roof rails, and let me turn it around. I'll show you the back end design. And of course, right away, you can see that the back end is different. We have this brand new light that glows and that goes through the entire width of the vehicle. It's a very popular feature in the market right now. We can see that on the Volkswagen Atlas, and pretty much all of the manufacturers are jumping on board with this. We have the illuminated Volkswagen logo SE on one side, Taos spelled out. You have the rear view camera here. The bottom of it is finished in slightly different color. This is that more of a polished aluminum plastic trim. There's no visible exhaust. This trim pieces kind of add to the look of this vehicle. I don't particularly mind it. And we have the exposed wiper here and the third brake light right here. I kind of wish that they moved it away, but let's see how much room we have. No power liftgate is available on 2025 Taos, even if you go with the highest trim level. And let's take a look at this remote right here. This is the new generation remote. We have lock, unlock of the gate only. So that doesn't actually open up the gate, it unlocks it. And we have twice to start the vehicle. We have the panic button on the side here and the Volkswagen logo on the other side. Let's see how much room we have. Open it up. It's actually pretty light, and it's about 28 cubic feet of storage space in here, which is huge for the segment. 60-40 split on the seats. If you drop the seats down, it extends up to 66 cubic feet of cargo, and you can actually do it as such. Now, we have underneath this floor a standard spare tire. So for those of you who are worrying about it, yes, you are getting the spare tire. And here again, let's drop this seat. I think I have my front driver's seat just pushed a little bit too far, in order to fully fold it. But then you get an idea. This is how much room you're going to have. So quite a bit of room, especially if you're considering that this is a subcompact SUV segment. So tons of room for cargo. Let's see what we have for passengers. And let's check out the roominess right here in the back seat. I'm about 6 feet tall. And wow, this is a subcompact SUV, guys. I have about 2.5 inches in front of my knees before I would hit this front seat that's adjusted to my regular driving position. Plenty of headroom. Now, this one doesn't have the panoramic sunroof, which you can get on the higher trim levels, which would take away close to an inch of space. But I have about 3.5 inches maybe. So still, even if it did have it, it would have plenty of room and plenty of shoulder room. Now, in typical Volkswagen fashion, the seats are on the firmer side. And let me show you how they look. But before we look at the seats, let's take a look at this door panel right here. So we have some hard plastic surfaces right here. This is the only soft material for your armrest, which is a plus, I guess. And we have more storage at the bottom of the door. Now, if you look at the seats, they are covered in the Cloud Tex material. This is a man-made leather. Each manufacturer have their own version of it. So we have the Soft Tex, Cloud Tex with the Volkswagen Eco Tex, with the Chevy, and so on. Now, I like the coloring of it. I like the inserts that are darker gray with a light gray as far as the rest of it. And they have like more of a suede-like insert in the middle. And in the middle here, you have the console that opens up. You have the 2 cup holders, and you can also open up this pass-through right here. If you wanted to, let's say, transport skis or something, you can do that as such and have this a long pass-through for some longer objects. What else is going on here in the back? We have the seat back storage in both driver and passengers doors. Yes, we have vents for the rear passengers and 1 USB charger in the back, and quite big bump right here in the middle. Even though this particular one is the front wheel drive, but we still have this big bump right here. And before I show you what's going on in the front, let's take a quick look at the sticker right here. The total price of this particular vehicle is $30,771. This is a 2025 Taos SE. We have the front wheel drive, and 31 is the combined gas mileage. We didn't talk about that. 28 in the city, 36 on the expressway. Now, let me show you what's going on the interior, because that has been updated as well. But before we do that, let's listen to the door. That's actually pretty good. We'll do it again from the inside. But let's check out this front door panel. So do we have anything different? Yes. This is all nice and soft material, kind of similar to those inserts in the middle of the seats. This is softer as well. So I kind of wish they did that same thing in the back. It looks so much nicer. I don't think it would cost them that much more. And then we have the window mirror lock controls and more storage here. We have some reflector lights. Taos on the door sill. And check this out, guys. This SE trim gets the driver's seat power adjustments, which is pretty cool. Passengers, unfortunately, still have to do manual adjustments. So we still have the same inserts. The seats are much more comfortable in the front than they are in the back. And let me show you the rest of this interior. Let's take a look at the interior. Let's start with the sound of the closing door from the inside. That's actually pretty good. And here's how it looks, guys. It's been updated for 2025 model year, although we don't have all of the features because the SE is not the top of the line trim. But let's start with the design. I actually like this. This matching the inserts in the door and in the seats. This is nice and soft. We have some polished aluminum. Not digging this piano black. I guess this is for looks. Don't touch it. You won't get any fingerprints on it, right? This is a hard plastic material. And then we have the 8-inch screen here and the information system for the driver. Let's push the button and get this started so you can see. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've seen it, but we have the active lights. Again, this is a pretty cool feature, especially that we're not looking at the top of the line model. This is not optional, this is standard. So you have the IQ lights on this vehicle as well. Starting with the steering wheel, okay, I'm liking this contrast stitching. It is nice to the touch. Kind of wish it was a little bit softer. And we actually have the regular buttons. So they got away with the shiny buttons that we've seen on some previous generation with the haptic feedback to the standard buttons. I like that quite a bit more than the previous one. So we have the volume control, cruise control, and on this side we have the different views, which I'm going to go through that. And then we also have seek track, heated steering wheel, voice control, and of course the OK button right here in the middle. So let's see what I'm pushing. This button is going to change the view. So let's see what we have. So we have the tachometer on the outside, speed on the inside. Now it goes to this kind of display. And now using the buttons to the side, we can change what's going on the left-hand side and up and down. You have the average, economy, no display, gear display, oil temperature, and you can do the same thing for the right-hand side. Driving data, distance, time, average speed. And that's pretty much the only screen that you can somewhat customize. These screens, the buttons don't do anything. So anyways, at the bottom, you see we have 13 miles. We're low on fuel. We're going to be enough to kind of take us for a quick test drive. 67 degrees outside. And let's take a look and see what's going on this infotainment system. Now, I kind of wish it was bigger. Of course, you know, a lot of manufacturers are offering larger displays, some of them 10 inches, some of them, 11 or 12 inches. But, with that said, this is an improvement over the last one where we've had 6-inch, I think, on the base trim level. So radio, media, phone, and voice. And we're going to turn off that voice control. On the other side, we have app, sound, car, and menu. And let's go to the menu. So we can see this basic menu in here, kind of the old school one, right? We have App Connect, so Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This is wireless connection. On the base trim level, you have the wired one. On this trim level, SE and SELs, you're going to have the wireless connection, which is a nice feature as well. So radio, media, phone, voice, this is basically what you have. Let's put it in reverse and let's see how the rear view camera looks like. Pretty basic, decent quality, active trajectory lines. All right, not bad at all. Put it back in park and let's see what else is going on down here at the bottom. So in typical Volkswagen fashion, we have the sliders. Now this is the new style of the climate control settings. Okay, you slide your finger on it. I guess it's something you can get used to. This is not my favorite feature of this vehicle. I kind of wish that they left more traditional controls, but again, to each their own. We have the heated seats, and down here at the bottom, 2 USB Type-C ports, wireless charging. Now let's see if that actually works. I have my other phone here. Let's throw this in here. Yeah. Sorry, wireless charging cannot be used. Well, mobile device position, metal objects, device case, metal parts, no case. Maybe we can flip it around and see if it's going to charge. I think it's charging. Anyways, so we have the regular style shifter, auto start stop feature off. You can turn off the parking sensors, electronic parking brake. That's where you start the car. We have cup holders and a bit more storage right here in this console. It's deep, but it's not huge. This is one of the optional features that you have on this vehicle. That's the digital mirror with compass. So you have the compass and the Homelink system. And up on top, you have the sunglasses holder. And then you also have the SOS feature. And for those of you who like to have illuminated mirrors, good news, you have some. And that is the interior of this 2025 Volkswagen Taos. Let's talk about pricing and take it for a spin. And I'm excited to check it out on the road. But before we do that, as always, let's touch on the different trim levels and pricing here in the United States. S is the base trim level, $24,995. SE is the one that I have for you today, $27,895 starting MSRP. SE Black, now that's a new model. That's kind of interesting. It has the panoramic sunroof. It has the black roof, A-pillars, mirror caps, and spoilers. black alloy wheels, black exterior styling elements. So that's the difference between this and the regular SE. And the SEL is the top of the line trim. Now the SEL comes standard with the 4Motion, $34,695. It has the fully digital Volkswagen cockpit. It has the leather seats, not the leatherette as we have right now, slightly bigger wheels. So it is a nicer option. So of course, a lot more expensive too. It's about $6,000 more. So if you don't want to spend that money, the SE, I think, has plenty of cool features on it. And here, another thing that I wanted to mention, I've seen some of the previous videos where people would say, hey, this vehicle has 174 horsepower. And it got me confused because when I look at the Volkswagen website, I see this. 177 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. So I don't know if the first release of the Volkswagen Taos, or the first press release, had the incorrect horsepower, or are they incorrect on the website right now? I'm going to what the Volkswagen website says, 177 horsepower. Let's take it on the road. And one thing that I noticed right away, as soon as I got in this vehicle, is the roominess that it has. It has plenty of room, even for the taller people. And, you know, cargo space is amazing. The rear seat room is really, really good. The technology, well, love it or hate it. Some of it is good, some of it not so much. And let's check out the turning radius in here, because that's important, especially for the city dwellers right here. Move the steering wheel all the way to the left. Very tight, very nice. Turns on the dime. And let's see how it drives. Very quiet starting off. It's got some nice sound insulation, even though underneath the hood we didn't see any. It's nicely insulated. Now we hit that rougher patch on the road, so you can definitely hear the hum of the tires coming in to the cabin. Nothing that's too loud though. You know, I don't think 0 to 60 is super important on a vehicle like this, but nevertheless, let's stop and let's do some acceleration. Not bad. So about 40-45 miles per hour we get it up to. That's about as much as I can do on this side street here. But it definitely gives you enough power to merge in traffic. So that's not a concern at all. A lot of people were complaining about the previous generation, the outgoing 2024, with the dual clutch transmission. That was kind of missing gears. It was hunting for gears. It was like declutching, or a lot of people didn't like it. Honestly, I mean, it's been a while since I tested it. I don't remember anything outrageous about it, but you know, this is smooth. This 8-speed automatic transmission definitely fits this vehicle very well. It's tuned nicely. Let's take this curve right here. Not bad. And again, roominess is probably would be the biggest selling point of this vehicle, because I think on the HR-V might be comparable in size, and a lot of other competitors in the subcompact segment are just much smaller. I mean, if you're looking at the performance, yes, there are vehicles that have more power and they're probably a little bit more fun to drive. You know, Mazda CX-30 comes to mind with the 227 horsepower and the turbocharged engine. That's definitely more powerful than this. You also have the Kia Seltos with the turbo engine. That's got more horsepower, but 177 horsepower is not bad. Not bad at all. And it definitely can pull this vehicle. It is a front-wheel drive and help you merge in traffic. Gas mileage is not bad either. It feels good. Well, so if I were to complain about something, and there are always a few things that you find to complain about, I would make the seats a little bit softer. I think they're definitely on the firm side. I would update this infotainment system and give it maybe the one that you've seen in the Volkswagen Buzz, and also the climate control settings. I'm not really digging that digital slider. Some people like it, some people don't, but I think majority would agree with me on that. Other than that, I think it's a great little subcompact SUV. So if you're shopping for one, don't forget to check out the new Taos, because I think Volkswagen made some great improvements over the previous generation ones. With that said, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something about this brand new 2025 Volkswagen Taos. And if you did, show me some love, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.